Hello everyone, I'm Aaliyah Dhawan from IR Smart Start and I'm here to start a new chapter for grade 7 geography, which is Inside the Earth. So let's get started. Remember the solar system we studied in grade 2? That's the planet Earth. The Earth is indeed a beautiful planet. All our friends and family live here. This blue ball with green patches on it is the land, the flowing rivers, and the beautiful valleys. All of this is sitting 6,500 kilometers above the center of the earth. So the question is, what's happening at the 6,500 kilometer thick layer of the earth? Earth is a planet full of mysteries. Our curiosities has led us to new discoveries. But with every discovery, we also realize how little we know. We humans have been looking up to the sky. Our curiosities led us to know about the solar system and even around it. Humans have stepped on the moon, but we all know how big the universe is, and stepping on the moon is like a cherry on a large cake. There's so much more to discover. Did you know that we have only explored 5% of the ocean? That's so much more to discover. Discovering about the space above us, oceans, and land. So, what's happening right under our feet? This is something we were unable to make out. In fact, when it comes to discovering the land, we have barely scratched the surface. So, let's go under the ground and explore the world there. About a century ago, people started writing long stories about the center of the earth. One of the most famous ones is Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. According to this book, all you had to do to go to the center of the earth is follow a route from a volcano which will lead you down there. When you get there, you will find a world of different animals and water bodies. This sounds quite adventurous and fun journey, right? But sadly, it's very far away from the reality. Now let's see what actually is happening at the center of the earth. Let's understand what's in the center of the earth with a fantastic example, which is an egg. There's a thin shell on the outer layer. When we get rid of this, here is the white part, which makes most of the volume of this egg. And when we cut this into halves, the last layer that we can see is the yolk. The earth is also pretty much like this, but the only difference is instead of the layer, the whole planet is divided into three parts. The outermost layer, which is the crust of the earth, is like the eggshell. The white part in the earth is known as mantle. And this is the yolk, which is called the core. Out of all the layers, the center of the earth is the core. It is primarily made up of iron and is very hot. If you're planning to visit the core, my first advice to you would be to cancel your visit as you'll burn yourself. It's the hottest region on the earth. The core is divided into two parts, the outer core and the inner core. The picture on the screen shows what the core looks like. This little ball is the inner core and it is really hot. The temperature here can go as high as 5430 degrees Celsius. This is too much heat. So what is the inner core made of? According to scientists, it's mostly composed of iron, nickel, and other things like silicon, uranium, and potassium. As iron and nickel are the primary builders of the inner core, it is also known as the Ni-Fe layer. If you're wondering how Ni-Fe and iron and nickel are related, it would start making sense if I told you that Ni and Fe are actually the symbols donated for iron and nickel. The inner core is about 1250 kilometers thick. If we start looking at the outer core, which is located above the solid inner core and below the mantle, this is also very hot. The outer core is about 2260 kilometers thick. Now, just like the inner core, that is made up of iron and is really heavy, both the inner and the outer core are constantly moving because of the heat. The temperature here ranges from 5000 degrees Celsius to 400 degrees Celsius near the edge. We have the mantle past the edge. This layer is about 2900 kilometers thick. Isn't that too much? It makes up about 84% of the Earth's volume. Just like the white part of the egg, the temperature here ranges from 200 to 400 degrees Celsius. Notice the temperature difference? This happens as the lower layers are more hotter than the upper ones. Just like the core, the mantle is also moving, but it moves slower than the core. Above the moving mantle comes the crust. This is the layer we live on. It is the thinnest layer of the earth. All the rivers, cities, mountains, oceans, etc. rest upon this layer. This layer is like the crusty shell on the boiled egg. This layer is only about 5 to 30 kilometers thick, but it seems vast as it exists throughout the surface of the planet. But as vast this layer may seem, it only makes about 1% of the Earth's volume. This is also the coldest layer of the Earth, as the temperature here can go from 200 degrees Celsius to 400 degrees Celsius. That's very, very hot, but if you compare it to the other layers, it's pretty cold. There are two types of crust, the oceanic crust and the continental crust. Let's figure out and find more about them. So where are we? Oh yeah, on the beach. To be precise, if I stand on the land, I can say we are on the continental crust, which is the crust where the land rests upon, which means all the continents are on the continental crust. So what about the ocean? The ocean rests upon the oceanic crusts. The oceanic crust is the part of the crust that holds all the ocean on the planet. Apart from these factors, other things differentiates this crusts too. The continental crust is about 30 kilometers thick and is mostly made of granite rocks. Granite mostly contains silica and aluminium. That's why it's also called the Sial layer. Oceanic crust is about 5 kilometers thick. It is made up of basalt. Basalt mostly contains silica and magnesium, also called as the Sima layer. Now it's really clear that how the earth functions. The earth is made up of some really hot and thick materials which cools down as we go up. Here's a table to summarize how each layer works. Take a minute to look at all of them and read the information in this table. Pause the video if you need more time for reading and summarizing what we learned today. Summary. The earth is divided into three layers: the crust, mantle and the core. The crust is the thinnest layer of the earth. Its thickness ranges between 5 kilometers to 30 kilometers. The temperature here ranges from 200 to 400 degrees Celsius. There are two types of crusts, the oceanic crust and the continental crust. The continental crust's thickness can range to 30 kilometers. It is made of silica and aluminium, also called as the Sial layer. Oceanic crust's thickness can range between 5 kilometers. Made of silica and magnesium, also called as the Sima layer. Mantle. Mantle is the thickest layer of the earth and makes up about 80% of the earth's volume. Its thickness ranges from 4,000 to 400 kilometer. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you have a great day ahead, and if you found this video like interesting and helpful, please like, share and subscribe to motivate me to make more videos. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.